What the Explosive 90 Day. The Single Life Season 4 Tell All Part 2 revealed about Chantal and Giannis, and Natalie and Josh's puzzling relationships. The biggest revelations from the 90 Day. The Single Life Tell All Part 2 as the very exciting Season 4 comes to a close. 90 Day. The Single Life is a popular 90-day fiancé spin-off, which first premiered in February 2021. It followed some of the show's best-known faces after they'd left their original 90DF relationships behind. In 2024, the show's latest season revealed Natalie Mordovtseva, Veronica Rodriguez, Chantal Everett, Debbie Aguero, Tim Malcolm, Tyree Mollett, and John McManus were a part of the cast. The Tell-All Part 1 focused on Veronica's breakup with Jomal and Tim's failing relationship with Louisa. Chantal's Greek vacation was a part of a controversy because Debbie called out Chantal for not having worn underwear. Chantal also revealed she dated Waka Flocka Flame. This week, Chantal's storyline with Giannis Varouxakis is explored. And it is revealed that Natalie got back together with Josh Weinstein. Karen stood backstage listening to everything Debbie had to say about Chantal going pantyless in Greece. Karen didn't have any problem with the way Chantal dressed because she was expressing herself while trying to heal from her disastrous marriage. Karen tried to make Debbie understand that they were more than sex objects, but they were sexy women. Debbie believed Chantal was dressing sexy because she was damaged from Pedro and his asinine family. Karen finally agreed with Debbie and declared she would accompany Chantal on her next adventure. Chantal couldn't help but roll her eyes at what happened. Chantal revealed she was still in touch with Giannis. She said that she had to call Giannis at 5 a.m. before work because of the time difference. When asked how she would define her relationship, Chantal confessed that she was single, but at the same time, she was interested in Giannis. Chantal admitted she liked Giannis a lot, but she was worried because she had felt like this before with Pedro, and it didn't go well. Chantal knew she had to be cautious about it. Chantal waxed poetic about Giannis and his abs, his dreamy eyes, his curly hair. Debbie reminded Chantal that Pedro had it too. Debbie wanted Chantal to look for intellectual ability, the ability to trust, honor, respect, etc. Veronica jumped into the conversation and said it's the abs and the eyes that are going to bring her in, so she gets to know him in his head and heart. Debbie threw shade at Veronica by saying, "You've experienced that too, Veronica. You've been attracted to the package," to remind Veronica she was still single for a reason. Chantal asked Giannis when he was going to meet her in the U.S. He said he didn't want to promise Chantal anything, and that he was still trying to figure it out. He blamed it on his busy schedule and said it would be easiest if Chantal could come to visit him instead. Giannis didn't even know if he needed a visa to come to America from Greece despite having known Chantal for 4 months. Veronica thought Giannis was wasting Chantal's time. A segment of the tell-all was dedicated to Chantal's Greece trip, where she was reminded of Pedro when a random man she met took her on a 2-wheeler drive. Chantal cried in the clip after remembering how Pedro pulled the rug from under her feet. Chantal burst into tears on set. She said that as much as she was trying to move on, it still hurt. She was trying to believe in love, and that life had something more in store for her. Chantal walked out of the set, and Giannis realized she was not 100% over it. Josh and Natalie's breakup clip was aired for everyone to see during the tell-all before Josh was invited on set. When he walked in, Josh approached Natalie and bent down to kiss her and say, "You look beautiful." However, Natalie did not move apart from softly saying, "Thank you." Josh said he didn't know why she wasn't moving, but they were still very close. He said that he and Natalie were friends. Josh reveals that Natalie got into an accident involving the car he had gifted her. She reached out to him and they reconnected. Natalie said she was unable to break the circle of her relationship with Josh because he refused to take things ahead. Sean asked Josh if he considered Natalie his girlfriend. He replied, "No, not right now," even though they had slept together. Natalie had not even been to Josh's place in Los Angeles yet. He said they weren't together, so it wasn't wrong on his part to not have shown Natalie his home. Sean pointed out that during their breakup, Natalie had told Josh that she knew he didn't love her and Josh had said that he liked her a lot. Natalie was asked if Josh had told her that he loved her after that day. Natalie said he hadn't. Tim Malcolm laughed that it had been 3 years that they were dating and allowed John to say the rest. John said that everything was pretty simple. John told Natalie that Josh had feelings for her, but he wasn't going to marry her. John also wondered if Josh was hoping to wake up one day wishing that the things he didn't like about Natalie had changed. Josh agreed that Natalie was getting a lot more understanding. However, Josh said that Natalie had meltdowns, which he didn't want to happen in his home. Josh also mentioned that Natalie was a jealous person. Josh's co-workers and friends had checked statements from his business accounts team to see there were multiple statements directly made to Natalie. Josh's co-workers noticed how Natalie kept calling Josh while he was at work. They saw how needy Natalie was and how she was rude a lot of times while taking too much time away from Josh. They called Natalie a charity project and advised Josh to date someone who was already finished the next time. They thought Natalie breaking up with Josh was good from a business perspective because he was more available now. Sean questioned 90DS Josh why he was paying for Natalie's things when he didn't consider her his girlfriend. Chantal said that while Natalie wanted a real, genuine relationship with Josh, he was giving Natalie sugar daddy vibes. Josh insisted he was trying to stay away from being called Natalie's sugar daddy because he had just been helping her out. Natalie said she didn't know who Josh was because she had never even been to his house. Natalie asked her 90-day, the single life co-stars, how she could even pick Josh as her sugar daddy if she had no idea who he was.